Hello Scorpio, welcome to the channel. This is Asnointia here. For those of you who are returning, thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. And for those of you who are new, welcome. So this is a general love reading, and I'll be looking into the feelings and emotions of the person that you are connecting with on a romantic level, what it is that they're feeling and thinking towards you currently. The deck that I'm using is the Goddess Oracle deck by Amy Sophia Marashinsky. Also, some of you already know, I had a flu a while ago. I still am kind of getting over it, so please forgive me clearing my voice. There's still a lot of congestion. I'm trying to get rid of it. So this is like the third week now. Oh boy, oh boy. Also, for some of you who are new, my technique of channeling. So I actually only channel through my higher intuitive self. I don't use any spirit guides. I never ever have. And only at the end of this particular reading, I do channel and I call upon Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel to provide some advice in regards to whatever has come out in the cards here. So some of you might have been, okay, interesting. Some of you might have been in a relationship. This could be a situationship. We have extra cards that just popped out here. One second. I only picked the top card. All right. Interesting. There's a lot of negative feelings that are coming through here. Negative in the sense they're just not happy feelings. They're really sad and upsetting feelings. You have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards that are very upsetting, very challenging. That is a challenge card, illusion, boundaries, and grief, and then healing. So these are not really good cards, but when I say good, it basically means like this person is going through this. But because of the intensity of these cards, Scorpio, and the fact that this is a spiritual connection, you have the mystery card here. This definitely means that some of you are also feeling this. It also means that you are mirroring the other person. Sometimes you don't even know that you're mirroring the other person. It's just because your energy is so much the same. So some of you might be in a relationship, situationship. It could be that you've simply just exchanged like energy and glances with this person. And that is sometimes a relationship too. You have this knowingness that there is something that just started. And you also have this understanding that it's finished. However, there were no words spoken. That is a very energetic connection. That could also be the case here. We have here creativity, mystery, challenge, abundance, illusion, compassion, boundaries, grief, awakening. And then we have healing. Under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme. I'm going to express to you what it is that your person of interest is feeling towards you currently. My dear Scorpio, there's something about you that really has changed my perspective in life. Before, I really didn't want to do anything in this connection, but now things have changed. And my heart and my mind now, I want to create something with you. I want to know more. I want to learn more. I want to create something that will be long-lasting for the world to see. Something where there is a lot of love. This web of love I want to create. Where you are the center of my world. And the reason why I want to do this is, it may be too late, but I feel as though you and I actually have some type of a spiritual connection. I see and I feel that there's this unique bond that the both of us have. This bond, I feel, is very spiritual in nature. Sometimes I can feel and sense that you're there, even though you're not, physically. I can smell your scent sometimes, even though you're not there. I feel as though I do meet you in my dreams, sometimes. But when I see you in real life, when I think about you, there's something about you that I just feel that's so familiar. As if I've already known you from before. And there's a part of me that feels very much at home with you and that feels very comfortable with you. These feelings and emotions I have not felt and experienced before with anybody else. And so I do find it very strange, and I ask the universe, I ask God, why is it that this person is in my life? Why now? Why not a long time ago? Why not far into the future? Why specifically now? This all is now very challenging for me because it's very overwhelming. The fact that maybe you and I have been together before at some point. It's too much for me to handle. It's hard for me to understand. This is very challenging. Not just the fact that you and I have this connection, but the fact that what I did really embarrasses me. What I did was not good. The situation between you and I, this is now a problem to me that seems like it just can't be solved. A solution that needs to be found, but it's hard to. In you, I have found somebody who is very confident, very much a go-getter, somebody who has a lot of potential. I see and I feel this potential in you, from you. Whatever has happened between us, I feel that I have to hide myself sometimes now. I hide behind a false mask, behind a veil. I don't want you to see the true me, the true side of what is inside of me. I find it difficult. I hide my emotions, my feelings from you. I don't want you to see the truth of what I'm truly feeling on the inside. And so to you it may seem as if I've moved on. But the truth is I'm really embarrassed. And I'm just trying to keep quiet. And I am very emotionally distant. I do feel that in this connection, there is a sense of compassion. I have compassion for you. There's a part of me that almost feels sorry for you. Why have you even tried to be with a person like me? Why? I'm not the type of person you deserve. Before I came into your life, you were already just existing. Part of you was happy, part of you was sad. And for some time, while we were together, while this energy was still strong, it was beautiful. But then things changed, and I started to keep my distance. And now all I can see is that I've put you in a worse place, a worse situation. It's better that I never really showed up at all. But because I showed up in your life, I have created hurt and pain. And this is the reason why now I keep my distance from you. I have had to put up boundaries because this is a very challenging thing for me to do. Whatever I've said, whatever I did, I find it complicated. So complicated that I have not been able to deal with it myself. And I've been ignoring it this entire time. And this is the reason why now I grieve. I don't want to be emotionally vulnerable and weak in the knees. But because I've put a block on that, I do see and I sense and I realize now that I really have ruined things. I grieve over what has happened. This boundary, this distance between you and I'm starting to feel sad. There's sadness, there's melancholy, there's remorse, and there's regret. I don't feel good about it. I feel like I've lost everything. Right now, I've come to a realization. I've had an awakening moment. I'm starting to see things through your eyes, realizing things from your perspective, putting myself into your shoes. And I've had this spiritual awakening, but it's very, very overwhelming for me. And this is the reason why right now I'm just so confused. I just don't know what to do. Yes, I've kept my distance, and that's my strategy. I hide from you and I don't show you my true self. That's my strategy. Is it the right strategy? No, it's not. I know that. The reason why I'm doing this, Scorpio, is because I have to heal. I don't have the courage or the guts to talk to you and to tell you this face to face. But I do all of this because I need to heal from many things that I have suffered and that I'm suffering from. Certain things that I've realized. Things that I've put you through, I now wonder and I contemplate and I put myself in a very secluded kind of area. I've isolated myself. There's a lot of self-introspection. I find it difficult. I don't really know what to do in this type of a situation. I do realize that in this connection now, I need to take a step back. And I want to question myself. Why did I do what I did? Why do I keep doing what I do? And how can I fix it? How can I fix myself? I need to heal. And I can only do that, my dear Scorpio, by keeping my distance from you. I don't want to hurt you. And I don't want to create a bad impression. I know I already have. But this self-doubt that I have, right now I'm not confident. And this is a reason why I have to keep my distance from you. However, I do want to create something with you. But only after I'm able to heal. All right, Scorpio. Interesting. You may wonder, like, oh, I'm the one who needs healing. Yeah, you both need healing. There's distance here. There's somebody who's hiding their emotions. It's a very challenging situation, and somebody is very sad. There's a lot of grief here. This is remorse, regret, sadness. Everything. And the one thing that really affects this connection is the past life connection. Some of you are either twin flame soulmates or karmic partners, maybe even more. For some of you, you may want to actually have a look at my other channel, Asnointia Audio. And I have a video there, 2 videos probably that would be helpful. One is called Past Life and Spiritual Connections. The other is called Sensually Intense Spiritual Connections. For those of you that have seen this card, this is the past life card. If this is resonating with you, this most likely will make more sense if you have a look at that video that I have. It's free. Everything on my other channel is free, by the way. Some people have actually thought that you have to pay for it. No, no, not at all. It's all free. So definitely have a look at that video. It'll give you a bit more clarity as to the type of situation that people go through. And those videos that I have, they're all inspired by all of you guys. All right, let's have a look at the reason. The reason why things started to kind of go downhill in the first place. So I do like to look at the why. I like to look at the reason. Hopefully this will provide you with some clarity. If some of you may have thought, you know, like, why did this happen? You know, why did this occur? Why me? Hopefully this will provide you with a bit more clarity, and you'll understand a bit more some of the reasons. It doesn't have to be just 2 things. It could be many, many things, right? But it's probably just not the one thing. So at least you have 2 here. So let's have a look. Princess of Cups and the Ace of Staves. A Princess of Cups. Wow, just opened right on Princess of Cups. Princess of Cups, these 2 cards I'm reading in the reverse. This particular spread that I do, I read this in the reverse. All right. Princess of Cups talks about how in the beginning there may have been gentleness, an invitation, loyalty. However, things changed. When things started to change, there was this person that they started noticing within themselves. They started behaving with less grace. They were not really receptive emotionally. Remember, I was saying emotionally distant? Yeah, I felt that. Here, you realize that this person was giving you an empty offer or invitation. This person actually thought you were giving them an empty offer or invitation. There was a sense of fickleness or immaturity of affection. This is what this person started to do towards you. Why? Because they thought that the love that you were giving was actually fake. They didn't believe you. This usually happens when it's a too good to be true situation. When people think, oh my God, this is just too good to be true, so let me just be very wary about this. I'm not going to give my 100%. I'm only going to give 45%. So let's see what happens. The problem here is that from your point of view, Scorpio, you may have actually loved this person. But this person thought that that was, unfortunately, they thought it was fake. Because not a lot of people really have a lot of love these days. True love. It's difficult. But some people do. And when that happens, what's crazy is that the other person doesn't even believe you. And that's wrong. There has to be that faith. There has to be that belief. There has to be that leap of faith at some point in time. Here we have how this person started to behave in a very fickle kind of manner. Here we have the word fickleness or immaturity of affection. Inconsistent and unreliable messages. That's what this person was behaving like. There was inconsistency and there was messages, but they were very unreliable. So this person wasn't really somebody you could depend on. We also have here ambivalence as well as codependence. Not a very, very good card in terms of the negative aspect. So yeah, this person was like, they were not as committed as you were. Their intentions were quite different. And one of the things that kind of stemmed from this, so let's just say if this is a branch, there was another branch that came out. Okay, let's do it this way. There's this branch, and then there's another branch that came out this way. So because of this, this happened, which is really interesting because at this point then there was a lack of growth. There was a lack of energy being put into the connection. There was a lack of action being taken. There was a lack of creative thought being put into this connection. How can we make things better? Here, there was supposed to be a focused period of growth, but there was not. There was a lack of inspiration at some point in time. When opportunities were being given, this person was not taking it. Here, it talks about difficulties with new ventures and even finding the need to focus on something but not being able to. This person basically sized you up in their own mind, in their own way. And the problem is, they concluded everything. It's like a paper, like an essay. This person found what they think, and they assumed certain things, and then they had their conclusion. However, I'm sorry to say, it was based on all wrong assumptions. Very, very wrong. Now, why do some people do this? The reason why. Some people do this because that's all they know. That's all they've experienced. They may have thought that, or they may have experienced before that, you know, this has happened to me a long time ago, and I really believed in such and such person, but they truly broke my heart. I don't want that to happen again. And the problem is, this individual thought that maybe you are just like one of those people that they had met a long time ago. Or those people that they've heard about, where it's too good to be true. They just didn't take you seriously, guys. That's basically what it comes down to. That's what I'm seeing here. All right. Let's have a look at what we have here. So I have here the Beginner's Tarot deck. So these are any type of actions, intentions, or plans that this individual may have for you in the coming future. So you do have a king and a queen, actually. Really interesting. Oh, and you have a page, of course. Holy smoke, Scorpio. My goodness, look at this. You've changed this person. Let's just observe these cards for a moment. Look at how beautiful they are. The colors, the vibrance of them. There's a lot of people involved in this situation. Could be third party. Could be dealing with more than one or two people, you know. First card's the strongest. We have here the Empress. Does this person love you? 100%. Yes. I'm getting the number of 125. So 125% this person loves you. They think of you as somebody who is very fertile. And it doesn't matter what your age is. Fertile can still be that you're good with growth. You're good with prosperity. You're good with taking care of orphans or children or puppies. There's this abundance that you have that you can share in the world. And so this person finds that you are like that type of an individual. You've always been that. That is you. This person thinks that you are very abundant, a long-term thinker. You look into the future and you want security. You're somebody who has promise. They think of you as somebody who is just that warm, fuzzy blanket. When they're cold, you just hug them and everything, all the pain goes away. Just like a child that falls and they scrape their knee and you kiss their knee and the boo-boo goes away. That's how they feel. Literally, they feel like a child in front of you. Oh my goodness. We have here also King of Pentacles. They have a desire. They know the intention that they want you. They have a desire to offer you and to be with you. They want to actually make this offer. And this is a very solid offer. It's a very good offer. This is the King of Pentacles. It's a king. You know, this person's really thought long and hard about this. We also have here the Queen of Wands. They feel that you are just utterly irresistible, and you are, Scorpio. Scorpios are very sexy. This person finds you to be very hot, very sexy. Irresistible is the word that comes to my mind. They also feel that there's a part of you that they admire that's very spiritual in a way. And so that's very inspiring for them. Now, before I get to the Page of Cups, which is right at the end here, there is the Queen of Cups under the bottom of the deck. I just want to go over that one first. So that's the overall arching theme, the theme that umbrellas all of these. So it's the overall arching theme. So this person definitely feels from you the sense of unconditional love, the sense of loyalty, faithfulness, promise. They love this about you. And they have not, you know what it is? They have not seen this before. Remember how I was telling you, they just kind of doubted that all of this is, it's too good to be true, right? Now this person realizes this is it. It is too good to be true, but this is true. They've realized this. After they realize this, their action is going to be that of a little page. Not a king, not a knight, but a page. Why? They're feeling very, very intimidated, and they're feeling very shy, almost embarrassed, especially with the illusion card, almost embarrassed. They want to reach out to you, they just don't know how to reach out to you. So keep in mind, Scorpio, this person is going to reach out to you at some point in time. The intentions are 125% love. They really do want you. However, their method of approach might not be exactly what you're hoping for. They may be a little shy, a little timid. They may just say, hey, how's it going? And for them, that is a huge deal because they've reached out to you. For you, it's like, seriously? You're asking me that after all these months? So honestly, it depends on each of you, right? What your situation is. But just keep in mind that if this person reaches out, they have an intention. Their intention, after a long time, if they've thought long and hard, the only reason somebody reaches out to another individual is because they've been thinking about that other individual. And sometimes to act cool, they only do like 2 or 3 words. They just write 2 or 3 words. Hey, how's it going? That's about it, right? But the reason why they're doing that is because they're trying to play it cool. However, on the inside, they're thinking about you. This person is thinking about you. And they want something promising with you. It's beautiful. It's good. Just remember that when this person comes to you, they're not going to be acting like a king. They're going to be acting like a page. Do they have utmost respect and love and regard for you? Absolutely, yes. You got the Empress, the King of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Cups. They think you are perfection. They love you. So for some of you, you may want to accept this person back. Others of you, maybe you just want to move on now. Maybe you've waited too long. And that happens too. You can't keep waiting. I learned that the hard way too. Can't keep waiting. It's hard though. You have to heal first. Healing is very important. Distracting is not a good thing because you never really heal. All right, I'm just going to do a quick prayer. All right, let's have a look at what the angels have to say about this. So these messages are from Archangels Michael, Raphael, and Gabriel. Sorry, guys. I've had so much water, it's just not happening for me. I've also had lemon teas, and I've also had all the things that everybody has suggested. It's just one of those things, especially during these times when we have so many different type of variants. So it's not like a typical kind of cold. It's something more than that. Okay, I have 2 extra that came out here actually. Wow. They are very strict in their message. You have 2 no's here, eh? Look at that. No, no. They're kind of putting their foot down on your behalf. That's what's happening here. Let's see. We have time. Okay. Ask for help from others. So these messages are brought to you by Archangels Michael, Raphael, Gabriel. Ask for help from others. So this talks about don't just leave this problem that you're facing. Just don't leave it to yourself. Some of you may be in a scenario where it's important for you to actually talk to somebody about this because somebody else will be able to give you more insight and information and advice. Something that you did not think about before. And if not, at the very least, you're going to be releasing that energy, and you won't be holding on to that energy because you've actually talked to somebody about it. Talk therapy. Talking is really good. Asking for help from others. This literally could be your friend, your family, maybe your therapist, your doctor. Could be people on YouTube, comments. It could be anybody. It could be somebody that's writing a blog and you just write back. Or like a Reddit type of thread, or those type of messages that people write to each other, like the friends, the community, right? So it's important for you to get some type of feedback, but it is very important that you know who you're dealing with and that they have had a positive experience in life so that they can give you positive advice. Not everybody's advice is good, my dear. Everybody has their own biases, right? So you got to be careful what you're dealing with. Somebody who has a broken heart will say, yeah, nah, I'm never going to be with such and such. Like, there was this one comment, and it sounded so serious. It was last time. I had to delete it because it was so damn negative. It's unfortunate because the person could have written something better and encouraged the rest of the world. But she wrote, hey everybody, whoever here is above 25 years, forget about any relationships. It's like done and over with. This is the end of it. Start to move on and live your life, etc., etc. But what about the people that are my clients who are 80 years old and they're in love with somebody? Is their love meaningless? 80 years old. I've had 80 years old, 85-year-old clients. And they're still going strong. Love never dies. I know that because I do past life readings. They don't die. Love doesn't die. Doesn't matter. 25, 12 years old, 14, doesn't matter. Love exists at whatever age. And it can come to you at whatever age. And you can accept it at whatever age. So it was just really, really upsetting. So like I'm saying here, you got to be very careful who you're dealing with, who you're going to talk to. You have to have good vibrations, okay? Stay near positive people because you'll get a positive result. Unfortunately, there was a few of my other viewers that wrote comments and they were all negative towards her. And I was like, oh man, you know what? This is going to turn into a shit show. Let me just like close and remove this comment. Because it was just starting up like a storm. I didn't want that. I don't want people to think that, oh yeah, you know what? Nothing's going to happen after age 25. Seriously? 25? 25, I'm sorry to say, is not even an age these days. I'm like in my 40s right now. And for me, when I think about me when I was 25, wow, that was like a long, long time ago. And I didn't even realize what life was like back then. So no, there's a whole chunk of life out there, especially for those excellent people, those wonderful people that write to me that are 85 years old. They inspire me. That love still lives. It's in the heart. As long as you have a heart and a mind that works, it's still there, and it'll always be there. So just be careful who you trust, guys. We have here take action. This is interesting. You have take action, compromise, no. So what's going to happen, you're going to talk to somebody here, and you will be really pumped up and hyped up, and you will take action, and you will want to compromise with this particular individual. But they are saying here, no compromise. It appears that to some degree you have literally bent over backwards and tried your best to accommodate this person. The angels here are literally saying there's a limit to everything. Don't lose your identity, who you are. They are literally saying no compromise. Nope, I've done enough. 15% usually is okay, compromise. Anything beyond that, you're losing your identity. You're not the same person who you originally are. Why would you want that? Just because you're after someone's ass? I mean, like literally. I'm after people's booties too sometimes. But you got to be careful, okay? You got to be careful who you're talking to, what you want, if that person is really meant for you. And I don't mean to be so offensive that people are going after people's booties, but don't we all want that? You need to think about it logically and not so emotionally. You need to think of it like from a bird's eye point of view. Look at it from far away. See what you're doing. See what this person's doing. Literally, it's like like, separate yourself from yourself, right? And just think about it from a third person point of view. Is this really what you want? Do you really want to compromise everything? Do you really want to change everything? To some degree, guys, it's okay, right? Not all the time. Here we also have communicate clearly. You will have to communicate with this person. They're going to be a little arrogant. I'm getting the word stubborn right now. They're going to be ego. I'm also getting the word ego. Oh my God. Pride and stubborn and ego. Okay, so it's going to be a little difficult getting through to this person, but you're going to have to put your foot down and let them know what you're comfortable with and what you're not comfortable with, because to some degree, yes, there can be a compromise, but not to the point where you're going to lose your identity. Just remember that. And if you think that this person will leave you if you do that, then this person is not worth it, because the moment somebody else comes into this person's life, you might be out the door. That's why you need somebody that wants you for who you are, not who you want to run after. That's the difference here. There's that desire that's different. You desire this person so much. Does this person desire you equally? This becomes a huge problem in relationships, I'm sorry, and long-term relationships. There's a lack of value if you keep running after the person, I'm sorry to say. I think that's love, but what I've seen and what I've experienced, and through all of you, I've seen this in my readings, chasing a person is not the answer. It's not, unfortunately. Letting the person come to you, letting them heal, letting them grow, letting them become mature, giving them their time and space, that is the wise thing to do. Here we do have communicate clearly. You will have the opportunity. So this is really good. You are going to have the opportunity to communicate clearly with this person. So there may have been some type of like misunderstanding or some issues that you may have gone through in the past. Here they are saying there is going to be an opportunity. Some of you may be really, really negative because of all of the things that have happened in your life so far. The cards here indicate that they're telling you, no, remain positive. They want you to remain positive because they know if you have more positive energy, you will be attracting more positive energy. Here, we also have under the bottom of the deck, the overall arching theme, big happy changes. So there are going to be changes, they're going to be big, and you're going to be happy about it. I know I did speak a bit more on this, but it's because I do give advice, and that's something that I do. I give like relationship advice now and spiritual advice and other types of advices. But why not just do it for free here? Because this is what I'm here for. I want to help people. That's why I talk. Some people are like, oh, you talk too much. Well, sorry, you can exit the screen. Goodbye. You know, I can have that attitude too, you know, but I don't. I want to help everybody. That's why I'm here. What else am I doing this for? I have this talent, so like, might as well. And the angels have spoken to me. They said, we'll help you if you help us. They said that to me one day when I was coming home from work, and I was like, oh my goodness, what does this mean? But I know what it means now. It took a while. All right, Scorpio. That is that part of your reading. Let me know if it resonates. Okay, so today I'm going to do something a little different. This is going to be a reading that I usually do. Right now I'm not doing these readings anymore, but it's a spiritual journey kind of reading. This is when I actually, and I have the ability to do this, when I actually channel into heaven's energy. And heaven is in a different dimension. That's the way it works. So a long time ago, angels, like, they talked to me, but I wouldn't be able to differentiate who's who. And I've explained this in other videos already. So a part of my head, like my actual brain, they started to categorize themselves in different locations. So like there's like God, who is the Almighty, the source. And then there's Ishu, who I call, that's Jesus. Then I have Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Gabriel. In the back I have a bunch of others. But the thing is, now when they talk, I'm actually able to differentiate who's who, because at some point in time I would get confused with the voices. The voices are not so similar with some of them, but some of them are really close. Like for me, Archangel Raphael and Gabriel have very similar voices. So I just wanted to let you know that. So I'm going to do a reading right now, which I'm going to pull out some cards and see what it is in your life, what it is that may need to be healed or fixed or focused on. And these are messages directly from the source. And also I wanted to mention, sometimes if they're a little busy, then I do get the messages in a collective way where I hear, like, for example, like 50 or 100 voices all at once, but in unison. Everybody is talking at the same time, but I'm able to make out what they're saying. So I just wanted to mention this before I even start this, because this is something that this is the first time I'm doing this here on YouTube. And I wanted to do this not to see, oh, you know, your person of interest, what are they going to be feeling at such and such time? You're still going to get that information in my next reading, as well as other tarot readers have other information too. But what I wanted to do is give you this, I guess you can call it this bonus, this gift, for you to focus on yourself. We tend to focus on other things, but we don't really focus on ourselves. So these messages are going to be for you what the angels in heaven think that you should focus on. And sometimes what happens is, I even had a reading earlier where, and it sounds very strange, but it was God, who we call God. He actually reached out and he talked. So that was really interesting. That was a slightly nerve-wracking kind of card that I had to read, but a lot of the energy is very strong. You have an extra card that came out, so it's going to take me a bit longer to do this particular reading. All right, we have enough time. So it might take me a few moments or a few seconds, okay, just to kind of tune in. It's kind of like a radio. Got to tune in. First card's the strongest. We have cycles. Archangel Raphael. Archangel Raphael is saying, stop obsessing over this. You're going over this too many times in your mind, round and round it goes, to the point where it's going to make you sick. I know you've been hurt, and I know you are hurting. But it's time for you to stop this cycle of pain, suffering, and sorrow. And think about the good things in life that life has to offer you. Like the everyday things that you might be missing out on. Fun events, socializing, people that you want to catch up with. All of these things matter for your mental health and well-being. I believe it's time for you to make a change and to make a difference in your life and to change the cycle into something else. All right, Scorpio. That was a pretty clear-cut message. That wasn't very difficult to get, that one. Some of the messages are sometimes a little bit difficult. All right, the next one we have here is awakening. Archangel Uriel is saying, my dear beloved one, and this is a female's voice, guys. My dear beloved one, I want you to realize that you are not alone. That we see what you see and we feel what you feel. Because we've been there before as well. We've been with you in your time of need. And even when you're alone and you're in a sorrowful state. I need you to think things through and think of things in a different perspective, or through a different perspective. Put yourself in this other person's shoes. And imagine the reasons why they did what they did. They didn't do it to hurt you. They did it because they didn't know any better. And only you can have the wisdom to forgive them, to compromise, if that is the case that you believe. All right, Scorpio. That was really interesting. Basically, put yourself in the other person's shoes and see why they're behaving in this way. Love. Let's have a look. I'm getting the name Haniel. It's Archangel Haniel. It's a female. The message here is, I want you to love yourself for all that you are and all that you can be. Because you're a gift to the world from the God above. Nobody can take your essence away from you. Don't let other people sprinkle their essence on you. For if you become tainted and dry and ugly, nobody will want to see you for who you really are. I know your love is vast. And your heart is big. And you have a lot to give. Be wise in who you choose to love. Just remember, loving is karmically right. Love yourself and love others and treat yourself with respect and dignity. And be who you want to be in the eyes of the world. Love can change or make or break you, but we will never forsake you. You are not alone. You are with us. We feel and hear your love and your presence throughout the galaxy. Your energy is very strong. Wow. All right, Scorpio. Second last card here, illness, wellness. Archangel Gabriel is saying, we need you to be more careful of what you get yourself into. Think about it twice. Uncover what the odds are. Make sense of what does not make sense to you and then go for it. You will see the light at the end of the tunnel if you go for it. Don't be so depressed because it will attract negative energies. Be in the light. Be light itself, so that you can repel all evil. You have the ability for it to bounce off your energy. And nothing will be able to come near you again. All right. Oh, okay. We have here last card, Illusion. Archangel Michael. Stop hiding from the truth. See the situation for what it really is. Be bold to take action. Be brave to take action. Be no longer worrisome of where your fate and destiny will lead you or take you. Whatever happens in the end will happen for your greater good. And you have us to rely on. And you have me to defend you. I don't want you to worry about this anymore. About what the world thinks of you or what you think of them. I don't want you to hide anymore. Be bold and brave like the person that you're meant to be. There's no reason to hide. All right, Scorpio. That is your reading. My face is so hot right now. Oh my goodness. This is like, I hardly do these readings, right? And doing this like for 12 zodiac signs in a row, I do get a little bit of a break in between, but it is definitely draining. But I love the fact that I can communicate. It's shocking for me as a person, as the person that I've had my own different background for my life. It's amazing. It's amazing. I think you guys have some pretty interesting messages that came through. Sometimes they talk and they don't make sense, like the normal way that we talk. So just kind of see what, see how it feels. Whatever they said, you can always go back, repeat this, write it down even. I would definitely say to write some stuff down in regards to this, because they're specifically targeting certain problems in your life that they think you should move on from and heal. Yeah, keep it as an affirmation. Keep it, write it down, put it, like post it somewhere. I am going to do this, or I am this already. It is important to do that, because these would only come out because they know what issues you're going through and they want to help you. I'm surprised that all of them were there. Sometimes I just have a bunch of angels that are talking at the same time. So this was really interesting that you got actually individual beings that were talking. And for me, I can hear their voices separately, which was really, really nice to hear that again. I haven't done these type of readings in in a very long time. And that's all, folks. Scorpio, let me know in the comments below if the reading before, which was related to your relationship, did that resonate? How did you feel about it? Also, this little part here, I hope this was helpful for some of you. If not all of you, please do know that when I do this type of reading, it is very intense, and I swear on the Bible and I believe in hell and I go to hell if I lie. This is all true. This is all true. That's just me. And it's pretty amazing that I can do this. I didn't even know I could do this stuff until So, you know, until I started dealing with all of you guys, and I realized, oh my goodness, I hear everything. I don't want to hear negative energies, though. They don't come around me. It's because I have packages that I sell to get rid of them. So, Scorpio, let me know your thoughts. Let me know what's going on in your lives. I do read the comments. Sometimes I'm not able to reply to all of them because there's so many of you now with the grace of God. But do take care of yourself. And do write down or make some notes if you really feel the need to. I would, personally, because this is something that I hardly even do. This was just an extra bonus for you guys. Not for your special person of interest, but actually for yourself. Because it's great to be talking about somebody else, but what are we doing about ourselves in the meantime? Right? So I wanted to add this in this time around. All right. You all take care. Stay safe, and I'll see you guys again. Bye now.